So, entitlement. What is entitlement? Why is there so much entitlement online? Well, in this video, I'm going to be giving my opinions and observations of what I've noticed online in the online spaces and how people have become so entitled and feel like they have a right to anything and everything. Kind of what I'm talking about with entitlement, and this is the definition that I'm going to be going with and how I kind of view this, is the fact of having the right to something. So kind of like when someone passes away and you get an inheritance, you are entitled to that inheritance. Something like that. It is the fact of having the right to something. Or I would say even in some of these cases, people would use in the more of a way of saying people feel like they have the right to things, which is kind of what I see a lot more of that kind of context online, just a lot of people feeling like they have the right to scam people, whether it be a customer or an artist or someone who's providing a service of any sort, is kind of one of them. I would say something else that I do feel people are really entitled to is that they feel like they're entitled to engagement or entitled to followers on the internet, even though they've posted maybe one or two videos that were kind of really, really crappy and did not in any way, shape, or form try to better their next video, and is like, oh well, I did this and it was something that was really popping off, but why am I not popping off? I should have followers, Or if they're a big creator, and I'm not saying this is all big creators, but there are some creators out there in other spheres where they feel like they're entitled to do whatever the hell they want, but because they have 1,000 followers, or they have 2K followers or something like that, or 2 million, kind of in there. Because I'm talking about social media platforms, YouTube, Twitch for streaming, that kind of stuff, and there's different metrics and all of that. But that, and then these people don't try. They don't try. That are people feel like they're entitled to push their viewpoints onto others, or they feel that they are entitled to be able to just go on and push what they want or push how they feel and how they want to live their life onto others that don't, want that. Or because they also, those kind of people just don't understand that, you have to be able to agree to disagree. They feel that their opinion, they feel like, I guess, they're entitled, because everybody's entitled to their opinions. And kind of something that I came up with is everyone is entitled to their opinions, but you're not entitled to push those opinions onto others. Okay, you can have your opinion, that's fine, and you can voice that, but then you can't be upset when other people don't agree, because that's okay. And then since you feel they're, I guess it's I guess this is how it is. They feel they're oh, you're not this certain way, or you don't have my same viewpoints. I don't want you, you're such a bad person, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're a heinous, hateful person. That's not true, And that kind of entitlement on the online space makes it so that way different groups get viewed in really negative light. In the art community, there's this whole big thing with and I get it, AI art is ridiculous, and those people who use AI art feel entitled to be oh, well, I can do it in a matter of seconds, instead of actually putting forth the effort and the actual time to actually grow and learn the skills needed to be an actual artist. They would rather just go and type a few words or a prompt or whatever and get some fucking AI generated thing that doesn't even look I don't know. AI sucks. Those people who are entitled to feel that way, go right ahead, but get the frick out of my community, because we don't like AI art here. Go. Bye. Be gone. But on from there, I don't feel that people should also because I've been noticing a lot lately on the online space that people have really been doing a lot of, I say, call out threads, and I get it, some of them are very much warranted and very much needed because it is a valid concern. But sometimes people go upon it in ways where it's a little ridiculous. And I mean, people like take commissions or whatever, and then either say the artist, they get everything done, but then the customer does like a chargeback because they don't want to pay for the actual art, even though they still got the product. That is so much like entitlement. Like, you don't feel like you actually have to pay for the time and the effort that the artist had put into it for you to make it the best that it can be. And it's sad. Or like someone gets commissioned and like then they don't talk to them for months, years, time goes by and people still haven't gotten their stuff that they've paid for, because that just gets into like scheming like territory. And I don't feel like, I guess I don't understand why some artists or some people feel entitled enough to be able to go on there and scam others that actually work for their hard money. Because all it's going to do later on in the future is just make it so that way nobody wants to work with you, because nobody likes to work with somebody or want to be around somebody that feels like they're entitled to everything that this other person is doing or paying for you to do, and then just be able to be like, yep, nope, and ghost them. That is ridiculous. It is. And I don't know that. And then I feel like a lot of people on the internet, like with a lot of different art styles, they push their opinions onto people, or they feel like, I guess what it is more like non-artists is kind of like the thing, feel like they're kind of like entitled to just critique things when they have no actual based on knowledge to go upon these, and then they're just like really rude and disrespectful. Because, like I said, going back to kind of what the definition of entitlement is the fact of having the right to something or the right to do something. Like, no one has the right to waste your time. And it happens all the time. Because not only is this person setting back things that you've been trying to plan, like they're like, and I get it, things happen. There are nuances to all of this. There's always nuances to things. I just think that we need more people online that are actually going to, stick to their word and not just run off or feel like entitled enough to be able to be like, oh, yeah, I don't have to deal with this. Or, oh, yeah, no, it's whatever. They don't have the right to do that. They don't have the right to waste your time. They don't have the right to waste your resources. They don't have the right to push what they believe onto you. People don't have the right to do that. But they don't. So it's kind of like, people, this is like what we want, and this is like, it causes like drama and all this, but like, dude, really? We need to grow up. We need to actually work for our shit and not make other people do it for us. Because what the hell does that teach you? That doesn't teach you anything. You have, I would say probably, if we're gonna go with like the definition and like something like positive, I would say, I am entitled to keep my community, safe, or keep my community, I'm entitled to put boundaries down. I'm entitled to be able to do that kind of stuff. I can. It's kind of like what I'm like thinking here, but because entitlement can be a good thing, but it also can be like a bad thing. And most of the time when people are talking about like entitlement, it is a bad thing, because people are going off and being really, really dumb about things, or they feel like just because, of who they are or who they're married to or who they have connections with, that they're entitled to treat people like really horribly, or people feel entitled to go around like certain age groups and say things that they really shouldn't be saying, because that is stuff for more like adultish things, but they feel entitled to go out there and put themselves out there towards like children and younger audiences and stuff like that, when in all reality they really shouldn't. And then they like get upset because people are really just trying to get them in their place, I guess, or trying to be like, yo, dude, that's gone too far. I understand you're entitled to your opinion, but like I stated, You are entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to pushing out your opinion on or pushing your opinion onto others. And that includes children. That includes other ages. That includes, your friends, your family. You can talk about it, but if they don't agree with you, you can't, just be like, go off and have a meltdown because you feel like you're entitled to be so upset about something. And I mean, I guess you are, but in all reality, you can't be like being like, oh my god, you don't agree with me? You're such a horrible person, and start slandering them like a 2-year-old. And a lot of these times I see it, and these are grown ass adults saying these things. And I'm like, I get, yes, you can have your opinion and all that, like I've been saying. And come on. Come on. Like, what in the hell? I guess I also don't understand why people feel like they have the right to be able to say things like defamatory things, to say like slanderous things, to say things that, like horrendous things. Like, what gives you any right? What makes you so entitled to the fact that you feel like you have the right to chase after people and like either physically assault them or harass them online, or even doxing? Like, dude, how would you feel if someone did that to you? It's not fun. And plus, you will feel like you're so entitled about some stupid thing that you're gonna go out and then act on these negative feelings because you feel like they trump everything else, and then put someone else's safety at risk because you feel that just because they don't have like the same kind of opinion as you, that you have the right to go off and hurt them. That's not how this works, because things have become so extreme in the way we deal with things, and we just allow this to happen. It's just, sometimes it's just a slap on the wrist. It's just this. And there are times where, the people actually get what they deserve and they actually are punished, but we don't do that enough on the internet. We just allow these people to go and run around and be entitled enough. And a lot of people are starting to wake up to this, but we need to really be more on it. We need to be more grr about it, I guess. Not like grr in the way of being like, we're going to be mean, but be more like firm in what we're doing. Be like, no, you can't be like that. No, I don't feel that it is right for you to push your thing onto me. It is okay that we don't exactly agree with each other, and that is okay. It is okay to be able to agree to disagree. It is okay to do that, but it is not okay to go out and then feel that you have the right to go out and physically, mentally, or emotionally hurt somebody. You do not, as a person, have the entitlement to do that. You as a person do not have, especially if you're a big content creator or you have a lot of people that watch you, a lot of younger audiences, a lot of other audiences that are young adults and stuff, and you're doing stupid stuff online, just know that because you're doing that, other people are then going to go out and replicate what you're doing just to be able to try and get clout out of it. And just know that, I guess, yeah, you have a right to do that, but you also are entitled to, or as the definition says, the fact of the fact of having the right to something. You have the right to make your content. You also have the right to put disclaimers and say that this was all, planned out and stuff like that. Actually telling people this, because there's been so many issues online with younger audiences or other people trying to replicate like pranks and like all these things that are really dangerous or like really stupid, because it could get you into a lot of trouble or it could get you severely hurt, in one way or another, or it could get somebody else severely hurt, because people think that you're doing this and and you didn't tell anybody. You're just going out and you're pranking somebody, and especially if it's like something really, really extreme. You just have to understand that you also have the right, you are entitled as a content creator or as somebody that does this shit and posts it online, that you say, you know, that this was all pre-planned out, especially if it was. If it's not, you know, then kind of like shame on you, because you're teaching people other like really bad things because you feel like you're entitled to do this stupid shit online, which then can get you in trouble, but it also then a lot shows other people that this is what's getting views, this is what's getting clicks and likes and shares and stuff like that, and then people are going to want to go and replicate it. It's just ridiculous. It is just so ridiculous. But it's because of those entitled people feeling like they have the right to do this and to do stupid things and stuff like that. It puts others in danger, you know? That, and then how people feel like they have the right to steal artwork or to waste time of others, or how they feel like they can just sit on their ass and do nothing and just be able to ride the wave without putting in any effort. You know, it makes me sad. It really does. Because there's a lot of amazing potential and amazing, you know, opportunities for people that actually try. And there's like amazing stuff. But a lot of the time, those people don't get those opportunities because of other people in their communities. Because of the entitled people in their communities showing and being very, you know, negative, or showing the communities in a very negative light, or just, and that's how most people see it, and it's sad. It kind of is. And I do feel that if we were to be able to hold people more accountable, and to, you know, and not to like yield to their actions, even if might get a lot of flack for it, you know, because a lot of this time, because we're allowing them to, the entitlement and the actions of what they feel entitled to do or to say or to do things like that has begun to literally escalate. It literally has gotten to the point where people feel entitled, and to the point where I guess those entitled people feel that they're so right in their ways that they don't try to understand that there's other ways you could go about things, and then they spread like a bunch of misinformation, and then people are like confused and shit too, which is like really sad. But it's because a lot of these people feel like they have the right to say things on certain things that they have no idea about, or they feel like just because they're in one community they speak for everybody, you know. And we have to kind of be like, no, there's other opinions, guys, there's other ways about things, you know. That's actually not true, because actually there are studies done here where you can see, you know, to be able to lessen that and make it a better place and to make it more positive, because a lot of it is really bad, you know, like it's people, you know. It's people, and it's how they are that kind of like suck, you know, especially when they are kind of snobby and entitled and feel like they're better than somebody else just because of one thing or another, you know. But that's why I just feel that if we were to be able to not, you know, be so sensitive about some of the smaller things, and being able to agree to disagree, and understanding that everyone is entitled to their opinion, but you're not entitled to push your opinion onto others, you know. And I hope, you know, because I just stated that at one point, and I really liked it, and I wanted to keep that as like a quote of mine, because it's true. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. Everyone should have an opinion. It's only human to have an opinion, you know, but we can still talk about things objectively. But that's why I think that we need to kind of get more of a, hey, you know, that's not how we do it, you know, respectfully. Being respectful, but not allowing people to feel like they have the rights to something, or the rights to do something that could put others in harm, put themselves in harm of any sort of way, and stuff like that. But I kind of just wanted to leave you off here with just this kind of last quick note saying that it is okay to have an opinion. It is okay to have, because some things you should be entitled for, because you have, like, for artists, they're more entitled to be able to do art critiques. For I would say probably more like YouTubers, they would have more say in, like, these are the things that happen here. Or how some communities are like, yo, we don't like this. It's just that kind of stuff. Okay. And kind of with that, I just wanted to say that I hope that this is just more of an open conversation, that these are just all my opinions and things that I've kind of just noticed online, and I do want to leave you off with a couple of questions, like, what do you guys feel about this? Are there a lot of entitled people running rampant online? And if so, how do you guys feel that we could help with lessening that on the online space and making it so people can understand why they shouldn't be doing certain things, or feel that they should have the right to certain things even though they might not exactly know about things, But yeah, that's all I really have for you guys today, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And if you want to go ahead and look at some of my other videos, and I do have another video that was just my latest one about how there's just so much drama and negativity online, and this is part of the reason why we have that. So if you kind of want to go see that and see kind of what I see in there, go right on ahead. It will be linked in the iCard above, and have a good rest of your day.